welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 quick Easter desserts that will please anyone. And I said anyone. Now, I can't stand by that statement legally, but I do think these 4 desserts will kind of fit a lot of people, a lot of different people. I've created a vegan gluten-free recipe, also dairy-free. And then I have a dessert that you make in the microwave, coconut cream pie. And then the 4th dessert is a no-bake, nothing really, just throw it together kind of dessert that's really impressive looking. So let's get started. Alright, so let's start off with that no-bake, grocery store, throw-together dessert because it's actually really pretty. So what I started with was just an angel food cake loaf from the grocery store, and I sliced it in 2. And I own one knife right now, and it was a $6 knife, so I really don't have the best equipment when it comes to knives right now, but I hacked through that, and if you have a bread knife, it's gonna work even better. And then I went into making my whipped vanilla frosting, which if you watch this channel a lot, I make it all the time. But you start with cream cheese, beating that till it's soft, and then adding in powdered sugar and vanilla and heavy whipping cream and beating that until stiff peaks form. Then I transferred into a piping bag with a 1M tip, which is like the most basic tip that you can buy. And you could just spread this. If you don't have a piping bag or you don't want to mess with it, you could just use a spoon and that would totally work. I also washed up some raspberries and blackberries, and they're kind of the star of the show here. And then I'm putting 1/2 of my angel cake loaf down, and then putting piping whipped cream through there. It doesn't really matter, it's going to be on the inside, but just making sure it's going to peek out of the edges. And then I'm just putting blackberries and raspberries in there. You could use any fruit that you like. This was just fruit that was not seriously expensive at my grocery store, so that's what I went with. And I'm just throwing some in the middle, and then I put my top loaf on, and then I'm piping on top, and I'm just kind of going for it. You can come up with some sort of design. I'm just kind of putting it on there, and then I put the fruit kind of focusing in the middle and just layering it up, alternating the raspberries and the blackberries to kind of create something pretty. And that's it. Literally done. I think it is super cute, super pretty, and super tasty, easy. Honestly, all these recipes today are easy, so if I say quick and easy like a million times, I'm sorry. Okay, so the next recipe that I'm going to move on to is my microwave coconut cream pie. Now, I actually have a whole video dedicated to this on this channel, but I didn't feel like it got enough love, and so I'm back again because I think this is a fantastic, fantastic recipe. And I recently made it for Pie Day at school, and everybody went nuts for it, and I was like, this is like crazy easy. People need to know. So, I am starting off by taking milk and sugar and coconut and salt and throwing that in the microwave till it's nice and steamy, and you want a pretty big microwave safe container to do this in. And then while that's in the microwave, I'm taking sugar and I'm taking egg yolks and I am taking cornstarch, and I'm beating that up until that all comes together. Now I need to temper the eggs. So if you just chuck the eggs into the milk mixture, they'll scramble. So we're going to use a process of tempering. So I'm slowly drizzling in a little bit of the hot milk into the eggs and whisking while it's coming in. And then I'm continuing to do this until it starts thinning out. There's a fair amount of milk in there. And then I'll go the other way and take, once there's like a cup or so, I guess I would say, of the hot milk in the eggs, then I'm going the other direction and pouring that milky egg mixture into the big vat of hot milk, and again whisking as that's coming into that container. And so now I've tempered the eggs, everyone's living at peace, and there are no scrambled eggs. And then I take that container and I'm popping it into the microwave on 1-minute intervals. So I put it in the microwave for a minute, stir it just with a whisk, and then put it back in for another minute, keep stirring, and it may take 3, 4, 5 intervals until it's done. And then when it's done, there's a couple important finishing touches, and you'll need to add 2 tablespoons of butter. It just makes it so much richer and delicious. And then you'll want to add vanilla extract, and then you can optionally add coconut extract. I'm using this coconut emulsion, which I've had on hand, and I think it might be getting old. It didn't taste bad, but I didn't feel like it really packed a punch. So anyway, make sure you have fresh extracts and emulsions is the moral of this story.
I kept everything really simple by using a pre-bought crust. Actually, for Pi Day, I used all pre-bought crusts and everyone was commenting on how great they were. So I figured there's no point in going the long route here. I'm just topping this off with a swirl of whipped cream, and then you can bring it all the way to the edges, or I just kind of mounted it in the middle. And then I also took some coconut and toasted that in my oven. I just put that in for 350 until it's golden brown. Be careful not to burn it because it's a very common problem for me. And that's it.
Next is the gluten-free, vegan, dairy-free dessert. I don't know. It's good, and it's somewhat, honestly, it's pretty healthy. It only has, as far as like added sugars, it only has a 1/4 cup of maple syrup in the whole 8x8 pan. So I'd say that's pretty good. So this starts off by dumping all of your berries in the pan.
Just a side note, I did cut some of these larger strawberries up.
Now, this is an interesting recipe. So this is adapted from a recipe that my sister Ann used to make, and I would love it when she made it, and I didn't really realize like how healthy it was until I went to make it for myself. But this is an interesting recipe because you just put the berries down. You do not mix them with sugar. You do not put cornstarch on them. And you might think, ooh, that sounds really like too sour. Actually, like the berries roast up and like it's super yummy, and you feel like you're actually tasting the berries, not just like sugar. So anyway, you just put the berries down. Drop the berries. Put the berries down. No one will get hurt. And then you are just gonna whip up this quick crisp. So it has oats in it. It has almond flour in it. It has olive oil in it. It has maple syrup and salt, and most importantly, lots of chopped pecans. It all goes in there, and it looks like a crisp, and it's pretty similar to a normal crisp, except it's using olive oil instead of butter, and again, a lot less sweetener. And you'll drop that crisp on top of the berries and bake that off until everything is bubbly and golden, about 40 minutes. And you guys, it is seriously good. Like I'm a person that loves sugar. I like sweet desserts, but this is like not just good for healthy food, but just good in general. And it's so healthy, I feel okay about eating it for breakfast because I love dessert for breakfast, and this is one I have been eating for the last few mornings, and it's seriously good. Could you serve these desserts at other holidays besides Easter? Yes, you could, but it's Easter right now, and it's time to make. Honestly, I would recommend making all 4 of these desserts because then you kind of have a healthy option. You have kind of that berry angel food option, and then you also have a coconut cream pie, which you can't go wrong with. And you guys, I know I've said it a lot, but these are seriously quick, easy, delicious, like flavor filled. Like you're gonna love them. So, in the description box, you might be wondering, where can you get the recipes for all these? In the description box, if you make any of these recipes, would you tag me on Instagram at Katie Lee Wilkin? That would be so fun to see. I love when you guys actually make these recipes. It makes me feel like that I'm not doing this in vain. But anyway, it'd be really fun to see if you guys made any of them. I hope you have a wonderful Easter. I have one more Easter video coming your way. I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.